Hey Millennium Triathlon friends, Ryan here, race director. Man, we are so excited to be coming back this year, in-person racing, August 7, Millennium Park, kids race, August 6 on Friday night. As many of you know, Millennium Triathlon is owned and managed by a ministry that I have the honor to direct, an urban youth ministry here in the west side of Grand Rapids called Bridge Street Ministries. You know, one of my hopes in owning Millennium Triathlon is that not only would we be able to put on a great race for both beginner and elite triathletes alike, but also we would be able to serve people from our community. I want to introduce you to a friend, Rachel Alexa, who is using our race to help mentor and disciple people from their church. This is the very kind of thing that I'm hoping that Millennium can do more of in future years. So I want you to hear from Rachel, and then we've got a couple of needs that I want to invite you into at the end of this.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Alexa, and I am leading a group called Tri.A.Y.A, which is spelled T-R-I-A-Y-A, which is the acronym Try As You Are. I am training a group of people from my church, City Life Church in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we are going to complete TriMillennium together. And we are doing this to kind of overcome and battle addictions and hurt and trauma in our lives. In my own personal story, I grew up obese. I was obese my entire life until I was about 36 years old. I've battled a lot of addictions in my life, and I was struggling and not able to function in my life very well, and I got invited to a running group called No One Runs Alone, and that was at Mars Hill Bible Church a long time ago. And the people there just embraced me and loved on me and were very patient with me. The first time I ran, I couldn't even run for probably more than about 50 yards, but over time, over the first year, I was able to run 1 mile consistently. And then over the last 15 years, I've just continued to work on my physical self, my mental self, my emotional self, and my spiritual self. This last spring, I ran my first 100K, which is 62 miles. And that was a really tough mental challenge, but during the last 5 miles of the race when I was running, I remember just crying out to God and saying, I can do this. And God, you always knew that I could do it. I just didn't believe that I could yet. And that really spurred me to start this group, Tri.A.Y.A, at my church to help others who are struggling in overcoming addiction or emotional trauma. All of us were put into this group and able to help ripen each other. Everyone struggles in different ways, and whether your addiction is alcohol, or whether you're overcoming an abusive relationship, or the trauma related to a business failure, all of those things are different, and yet we all have the same struggles. And so through this group, we've been able to encourage each other, to help each other formulate a new way of life, and use exercise and training as a way to overcome. And I love seeing the fruit of this in the lives of the people that are in our group. We have 2 women that have lost about 40 pounds, and we have people that are maintaining their sobriety this way, and I'm super excited about it. As a community, things that you can do to help are, if you are a bike mechanic, we have a lot of bikes that need some bike repairs. And we also still could use some nicer bikes for some members in our community. Or if you have a skill that you would like to be able to utilize to help us out, or just praying for us, we would love to be able to get you on board. There's all kinds of ways that you could help. If you'd like to help, just give Bridge Street Ministries a call, or look me up on Facebook. My name's Rachel Alexa. Find us, and we hope to see you at TriMillennium. Cheer us on.
So you had an opportunity to hear from Rachel and this amazing work that she's doing with friends from her church and from this city. I want to invite you, man, a lot of us have some extra bikes. Maybe we have some extra resources that we can give. Here's a community of people that want to use Millennium Triathlon to aid in their recovery, to come back after a difficult year. If you've got an extra bike laying around that's in good condition, would you consider letting her borrow these? Or if you've got an extra wetsuit laying around that somebody could borrow, or even if you want to give a couple of bucks to help fund some of this for them, we'd love to invite you into that. And then come join them August 7 for a great race out at Millennium Park.